Hi, my name is Jason.
And I'm Kaylin.
Welcome to What's Your Problem, where we discuss current issues in distance learning and education. Today we're talking about coping with student resistance in class. Adam, what can you tell us about this problem?
Well, let's start by defining what we mean by resistance. We aren't talking about students staging a coup in your online classroom or outright refusing to participate, but for various reasons, students can often struggle to get started or stay engaged when learning from a distance. This often happens early in the semester as students try to navigate a new environment with a new instructor and new classmates, but it can happen at any point in the semester. So what do you do when you notice that a student hasn't logged in for a stretch of time, or has logged in but not really done anything more than clicked through a few items, or has racked up a couple of zeros in the gradebook? How do you manage this resistance to active engagement in your course? Kaylin and Jason?
Thanks, Adam. Student resistance can be an uphill battle, but it is worth the combat for student success and retention. It's highly important to not judge students' resistance. Acknowledge it. Did a student get a 0 for 2 assignments in a row? Has a student been non-communicative in the course for several weeks? Send them an email checking in to make sure they're okay, but also to make sure they understand their responsibilities as a student. Some students need acknowledgement from an instructor to ignite their motivation to do well in the course. This tip also works the other way. If a student is doing exceptionally well, has brought their grade up, or stands out for a positive reason, acknowledge it. This will give them more incentive to keep up the good work. Lighthearted humor is also a great way to engage and acknowledge students. Keep in mind timing, tone, and context of humor. Making a small joke or riddle within an announcement or introduction to an assignment can help relax students and create a less stressful environment.
Hey, Kaylin.
Yeah.
What's a Schoolcraft student's favorite type of coffee?
What?
An asa latte.
Oh, good one.
Anyway, simply acknowledging the resistance and using humor is not the only way to combat resistant students. Another resource for tackling student resistance may actually be the students themselves. Instructors often collect student feedback on a course, but usually it's collected at the end of a semester, which is too late to benefit the group giving it. Surveying students in the middle of the semester gives you a chance to get some feedback and time to make adjustments in the same semester. Something as quick and simple as an anonymous 1-minute paper to indicate what they would like to stop, start, or continue in your course could yield major results. Of course, be prepared for such tactics to reveal some less than positive feedback along with some useful information. And while you should not dwell on the negative, also allow yourself to be objective and open to suggestions. Regardless of what information is gathered, students will appreciate being heard and see that you're interested in their input. By showing you're open to students' feedback, you'll diminish some forms of student resistance, and if you notice a suggestion worth implementing, it'll help even more. Proving the Borg from the incomparable film Star Trek First Contact correct, resistance truly is futile.
While you will learn a lot about your students in teaching from feedback, you will also have students who are uncooperative and will resist every move you take toward making a connection. And that's okay. As an instructor, you need to be accepting of students' boredom, lack of interest, or low effort in your courses. This is especially true in distance learning, where making connections will take 110% effort. Once you have exhausted all efforts to help a student succeed and find yourself working hard and not getting any results, refer the student to other support services and direct your efforts towards students who can benefit. Sometimes you don't know what's wrong on the student's end, and student support services are better equipped to help out individual students.
So as a quick recap, there are a handful of simple solutions that you can employ when you notice a student is struggling to stay involved. The first is to acknowledge the student's lack of involvement early and clarify your expectations without making judgment. You can also provide opportunities for students to provide feedback to you throughout the course, giving them a voice and allowing you to see where a minor adjustment or two could benefit your course. Finally, make sure you're meeting students halfway. While it is your responsibility as an instructor to engage and provide support to your students, it is ultimately their responsibility to put in the work necessary to successfully complete your course.
What's Your Problem wants to hear from you. If you have an idea you'd like us to discuss in a future episode, or if you just want to drop us a line, send us an email, or follow us on Twitter.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
What's your problem? What's your problem? I don't get what your problem is.
Welcome to Schoolcraft. Welcome to college.